श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजम् अप्रमेयम् सीतापतिं रघुकुलाभयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुम् अरविन्ददलायताक्षम् रामं निशाचर विनाशकरं नमामि. So we are on the last stages of Yuddha Kanda. Yuddha Kanda has 120. Rama-ramiti Madaram Shakam Valmiki Kokilam Valmikir Munisimhasya Kavitavanicharinah Shrinvan Rama Kathanathu Koniyati Parangatam Yapivan Satatam Rama Charitamrita Sagram Atriptistam Manam Vande Prachetis Makal Musham Vaidehi Sahitam Suradharmatali Haime Mahamandape Madhi Pushpakamasani Manime Virasani Sustatam Agre Vachayati Prabhanjana Sade Tattvam Mani Vyaparam Vyakyantam Bharatadvi Parivritam Ramam Bhaje Shyam. We should always be extremely grateful for every opportunity we get to listen to Ramayana and to recite Valmiki Ramayana. So yesterday we completed the very difficult Agni Pravesham pastime. It's difficult only because people haven't read Valmiki Ramayana. And if people have read Valmiki Ramayana, the whole reason why the Lord conducts this pastime becomes very obvious. So, as we have seen, that the whole pastime of Sita Ma entering the fire was meant just as a glorification for the Lord. And Sita Ma wanted to glorify the Lord, and Lord Rama wanted to glorify Sita Ma. That is the whole reason why this beautiful pastime took place. So today we are going to start off with the greatness of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is also there in the sky, and he turns to Lord Rama and he praises him. Pushkaraksha Mahabaho Mahavaksha Parantapa Dishtya Kritam Idam Karma Tvaya Shastra Britambara. Pushkaraksha Mahabaho, that means the one who has very broad, beautiful lotus petal-like eyes, and he is adorned with a conch disc, mace, and other weapons. He has the Shrivatsa and Kritam Idam, Dishtya Kritam Idam Karma. You have done some amazing task and you have protected all the living beings. And then he says, Kausalya and Bharata are waiting. Also, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. Return to Ayodhya. What did Brahma say? Brahma said that you have killed Ravana, you have met your objective, and therefore you can return to the spiritual world. But Lord Shiva says, in Ayodhya, Bharata, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, Sumitra, the Ayodhya Vasis, all of them are waiting for you. So return to Ayodhya. Ashvasya Bharatam Deenam Kausalyam cha Yashasvinim Kaikeyim cha Sumitram cha Drishtva Lakshmanam Mataram Prapya Rajyam Ayodhyayam Nandayatva Sukhrijjanam. So make everyone happy. Nanda. Make everyone Sukhrijjanam. All the great people will be happy, O Rama, when you return to Ayodhya. Ikshvakunam kule vamsham sthapayitva mahabala. Then establish the dynasty of Ikshvakus. That means Go ahead. The next stage is have children and establish the dynasty of Ikshvakus. Ishtva turagam medhena prapya chanuttamam yashah. So go ahead and gladden the hearts of everyone. And then Brahmanebhyo dhanam datva tridivam gantum arhasi. Then go ahead, do a lot of sacrifices, give lots of dhanam to the brahmanas, and then you return to your spiritual abode. Tridivam is the spiritual abode. Gantum arhasi. Gantum means you can go back. Arhasi, you can do that. So this is the bond. So one bhakta is thinking about the pain of another bhakta. Shiva is thinking about the pain that Bharata, Kausalya, or Sumitra, Kaikeyi, the Ayodhya Vasis, all of them are going through. And he's saying, no, Rama, don't return to the spiritual world right now. You need to go back over there. You've got to be with them. And then you come back. And so this is why Lord Shiva is a Vaishnava. Because one of the qualities of the Vaishnava is paradukka dukki. Become sad listening to the sadness of others. So Shiva was very soft. He has a very soft heart. And he couldn't bear the fact that Bharata, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaiki, all and the Ayodhya Vasis were all waiting for him. And then Rama just leaves everyone, just comes back to the spiritual world. He couldn't think about that. And so he says, no, Rama, you need to go back to Ayodhya. That's where you have to be at the moment. And the Lord agrees with Lord Shiva. Then Shiva says, oh, my dear Rama, your beloved father Dasaratha is right over here. You need to speak to him. He gets to call you as his beloved son. That's why he's very great. So Rama and Lakshmana see their beloved father Dasaratha, who is in his celestial court. And he is shining amongst the devatas. He clasps his beloved son Rama to his chest, seats him on his lap, caresses his head, and says, even the joys of Svarga and the respect that the devatas give him mean nothing to him because Rama is not there with him. Harshena Mahata Vishto Vimanasto Mahipatihi. He was there in the Vimana. Pranaihi Priyataram Drishtva Putram Dashratastada. More important than his own life. Priyataram Drishtva. Pranay, that was his life. Priyataram, more than his own life. He loved his beloved son Rama, and he saw that Rama aropyankam mahabahur varasan gatah prabhu. He's hugging him, bahubhyam samparishvajya, and he's hugging him. Parishvajya is hugging him. Tato vakyam samadade. And he's saying these words. What is he saying? Name svargo bahumataha. Sammanascha sura rishibhihi. He's saying in Svarga, it's so beautiful. Bahumataha. There's lots of joy and pleasure in here. A samman, and the respect given by the Sura, that is the Devatas and the Rishis, the celestials, they also, it's not so nice as Tvaya Rama Vihinas. It's not very nice because I'm not with you, my dear Rama. Satyam Pratishrinomi. I am telling you the truth. Listen to me. And then he says, I still remember the words of Kaikeyi, due to which you had to go on an exile. And now that sadness, because he was so sad. I mean, it has been like 14 years that Rama had gone into exile, and he had died for 14 years. And he still remembers, and he was still grieving because of the words that Kaikeyi had spoken. He was still grieving. And now that he has seen Rama's face again, he's feeling fine. Tvam tu drishtva kushalinam parisvajya Lakshmanam. I have seen you, I have hugged you, I have looked at Lakshmana as well. Adya dukkad vimuktosmi. The vimuktam, that means the separation, the sadness that came from the separation. Nihara diva bhaskaraha. It's now gone because I'm taking a look at your sun-like face, and that your the radiance coming from you has dispelled all the clouds of sorrow. See, when the sun is shining brightly, the clouds cannot really stay in there. So the clouds, the grief that had clouded my heart, have now been dispelled because I've now seen your sun-like face. And then he says, in the past, there was one great sage by the name of Kahola, and he was redeemed by his son Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra means the one who was twisted in 8 different places. Ashtavakra. And he says, similarly, I have been redeemed by an ideal son like you, O Rama. And then he says, I know that you are Mahavishnu who came down to kill Ravana. And I also understand that you went to the forest to get rid of Ravana. Idanita Vijanami, I now understand. Yata Saumya Sureshwarehi, O gentle one, you're the Lord of all the Suras. That means that you are Lord Vishnu. Vadhartam Ravanasya. I know that you are Purushottama. You came here just to kill Ravana. But still, even then, he says, but Kausalya is the only one who is going to be so blessed because she gets to see you, my dear Rama, return to Ayodhya. Siddhartha Kalu Kausalya Yatvam Rama Griham Gatam. She gets to see you enter the house. Griham means house. Vanan Nirvritam Samkhrishta Drakshyate Shatru Sudana. O you who are capable of killing all your enemies, only Kausalya is going to be so happy to see you return to Ayodhya. And then he says, blessed are the Ayodhya Vasis who get to witness your coronation. Siddhartha Khalute Rama Nara ye, they are not human beings, they are like devatas. Nara ye tvam purim gatayam. Rajye chaiva abhishektam cha drakshyanti vasudhadipam. And they get to see you be the king of this entire world. Rule the world with Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna. Kritam karma yashaha shlagyam praptam ye Shatrusudana bhratrbihi saha. So with your brothers, Rajyasto dhirgam ayur avapnuhi. May you live long, Dirgham Ayu. See, this is the love of Dasaratha. This is the love of Dasaratha. He knows that his son is Mahavishnu, and yet he's saying, I bless you, you live long, you live happily, and all that. That ache that he had in his heart for 14 years, that ache that had to be dispelled. Nobody can dispel it but Rama. Nobody can dispel. So this is a very interesting question. We saw that in the Ayodhya Kanda, we saw that Dasaratha died thinking of Rama. And according to the rules of the game, yam yam rapi smaran bhavam tyajatam ante kalevaram. When we die thinking of the Lord, we will go to the Lord's abode. But still, we saw that Dasaratha was living with the Devatas. Why? So truly, for a bhakta, it doesn't really matter whether that bhakta is living in hell or in heaven or in the spiritual world, because that bhakta is always with Rama. So even when he was in the Devalokas, but Dasharatha was thinking of Rama. He was not close to him, and he was thinking of Rama, but he needed to be with Rama one more time. And we will see that. We will see the reasons why Dasharatha was not sent to the spiritual world. We will see that. And at these words, Rama bows down and he says, can you please revoke your curse to Kaikeyi and Bharata? Because before he died, Kaikeyi received this curse from Dasaratha, that Dasaratha says, I am discarding you. Every vow that I had taken in front of the sacred fire during our marriage, they are all nullified. They're all nullified. And he also says, if Bharata agrees with your plans and he tries to give me water during my funeral rites, may that water not reach me. This was the level of bhakti that Dasaratha had, that he was willing to suffer from thirst in hell and not take a single sip of water from a person who is against his beloved Rama. This is the level of bhakti that Dasaratha had. He was willing to suffer. And now Rama, the whole world, even her own son, was against Kaikeyi. But Rama doesn't go against Kaikeyi. Bharata went against Kaikeyi because he was the only one who could show Kaikeyi that what she had done was wrong. There was no remorse in her whatsoever. There was no remorse. And now, when the one person who was ostracized by everybody, but Rama doesn't have a bad word for her. He says, Saputram tvam tyajam iti yadukta Kaikeyi tvaya sa shapaka Kaikeyim ghora saputram na nrisprashet prabho. I am begging you, putram tvam tyajam iti. You had discarded your beloved Kaikeyi as well as your saputram, that is Bharata. You had tyajam, that means discard. I am begging you, O Prabho, O my master, I am begging you, this terrible curse, ghora shapaha, this terrible curse should not, no sprashet, should not touch them, should not touch them. So do not allow this curse to touch them. Dasaratha says, okay. How can Dasaratha not listen to his beloved son? Dasaratha says, okay. Then he tells Lakshmana, I'm very glad that you did your service to Rama and Sita so beautifully. And I continue to bless you with the service, because for a bhakta like Lakshmana, nothing else would mean more than then then blessings, that he would continue to have opportunities to serve the Lord. Rama Sushrusha Bhadraante Sumitra Ananda Vardhana Rama Sarvasya Lokasya Shubhesh Bharataha Sada. May you always serve Rama and Lakshmana again and again. And then he tells Sita, my dear Sita, Rama simply acted harshly towards you, and you shouldn't harbor any sorrow towards him and continue to serve him diligently. Kartavyo na tu vaidehi manushas tyagam imam prati. Manyus Tyagam, he was just Manyu, he was just acting as if he had Tyagam Imam Prati. Ramena Tvad Vishuddhartam Kritam. So Vishuddhartam is, he is absolutely pure, and therefore you should not have any sorrow or anything towards him. And after this, he returns to this. He returns to the Indraloka. But in Uttarakanda, we will see that when the mothers pass away, they join Dasaratha in the spiritual world. We will see that. So now we are going to see what are the lessons of Dasaratha. See, why do we have so many bhaktas, pure bhaktas in scriptures? Why? Because the Lord wants foolish people like us to learn something from great bhaktas. He always wants that. And the and so Dasaratha said that there is no pleasure in the heavens, and the honor of the celestials also means nothing to him. So we should remember, people think that, oh, let's be pious, then we can go and enjoy in the heavens. Dasaratha says that heavens also have got nothing over there, because if you don't serve the Lord daily, it's not worthwhile to go to the heavens. And the honor of the celestials and the sages and everything also means nothing if you cannot serve the Lord. Then that ache that Dasaratha went through of not seeing that Lord, not seeing his beloved Rama, that ache is now gone. He had 14 years of that ache, and that ache should go. So Rama, he soothes his bhakta's sorrow. See, it is very clear that the living entity does not die after the material body is dead. It is natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janatipa. So there was never a time when Krishna says there is never a time when these kings did not exist, or you did not exist, or I did not exist. There was agama apayana anit. So it's always that after we die, we will always get a body. That body can either be a material body, because we have not yet completed our devotional quota, so we need to live in this material world and then continue to increase the bhakti. or we will get a spiritual body. That's it. But we will always get a body. We will we will tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra na muhyati. So a sober person will not lament. And the the body will always be there. So now it is necessary for us to aim to get a spiritual body. It is necessary that we get a absolutely spiritual body and not a material body. And therefore, the body is capable of remembering things that happen. Especially when a bhakta is so great, like Dasaratha, he remembered that sorrow. That sorrow didn't go away. He remembered, because why? Krishna says, Mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha. I am the one who gives that remembrance, that intelligence, and the forgetfulness. So for a bhakta like Dasaratha, because of that intense love that he has for Lord Rama, he continued to retain that sorrow of the grief of separation from the Lord. So when a Jivatma is showing so much of affection, the Lord himself wants to go ahead and console him. The next one, he doesn't want his bhakta to hold on to grudges, to leave with a curse. And according to the Varnashrama Dharma, the wife gets the destiny of a wife's destiny is tied to her husband. So Rama, from all the ways, he wants to make sure that Dasaratha forgives Kaikeyi. Dasaratha forgives Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi is also accounted for. Kaikeyi is also taken care of. The next reason is that Dasaratha died. He continued to think, blessed are those who can see Rama return with kundalas and his beautiful smile and beautiful nose, and they can smell him. Because he has the fragrance of lotuses. People who can see him, they are all not human beings, but they are celestials. Dasaratha ardently wished that he could see the Lord return to Ayodhya. But he always wanted to see, so he is so Rama obviously belongs to Vaikuntha Loka, so he could have seen him over there. But in Vaikuntha, the Lord is the supreme. He's supreme. But Dasaratha always wants to see him as his child. He wants to see him as his baby. Therefore, this form was the most attractive form for this bhakta. So he wants to see him as his child right now. In this material world itself, he wanted to see him. Next, when Brahma had said, oh Rama, you're actually Lord Narayana. And what did Rama say? Atmanam manshimanye Ramam Dasarathatmajam. That's what he said. And Atmanam manshimanye Ramam Dasarathatmajam. And he is none other than this beloved son of King Dasaratha. That was the Lord's identity, preferred identity. So when the Lord himself wants to see his bhakta so much, why wouldn't he make all of these things happen? So we know that he goes back to the spiritual world. So this was just a temporary place, and that is also okay, because the Lord will continue to teach us through his bhaktas. So in life and in death, Dasharatha teaches us things, even in life and in death. Next, Indra praises Lord Rama for this mighty task that he has accomplished, and he says, Indra says, "I'm giving you a boon." So remember, in Aranyakand, Indra told Sharbhanga Muni that that I am Rama is waiting outside, but I don't want to see him right now. He has a major task to complete, and then I will see him. That major task was the killing of Ravana, and then after Rama completes that major task, I will see him at that time. So, of course, we already know that in Balakand we saw that. Indra was the one who came and told Vishwamitra Muni to give the weapons to Lord Rama. So Indra has already seen Rama, but in Sharbang Muni's ashram, he said that he shouldn't see Rama right now. And yeah, because he's waiting for Rama to do this major pastime of killing Ravana, and then he is going to go ahead and see him. And this is when he sees he sees Lord Rama. Now Indra says, Lord Rama, you have done a wonderful task for us devatas. What can I do to serve you? Rama says, all the Vanaras that died in battle, please revive all of them. They should be free from their wounds and pain. So it's not as if they have lost their limbs, or they've lost their tails and all that, and they still suffer from that brutal pain. No, 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 no. They should be restored to their former strength and valor. And wherever they go, may that place be full of fruits, honey, fresh water. And Indra says, this request is not ordinary, but he grants this boon. All the Vanaras that died, Kumbhakarna had eaten so many Vanaras. The Rakshasas had torn the limbs of so many Vanaras. Yes, of course. When Hanuman brought in the Himalayas the first time, he revived all the Vanaras. But that was such a long time ago. After that, there were so many other great Rakshasas that they had battled. And obviously, they had many of them had died. But not to worry, not to worry. Rama did not allow a single Vanara to die. See, how did Indra get the capacity to revive the Vanaras? Indra got that capacity not from Indra himself, but because Rama is giving him that ability to do so. So Rama was the one who brought back all the Vanaras, and he gives credit to Indra. This is Rama. He will always give credit. He will never take credit from anyone. He gives credit to Indra. So he makes sure that all the Vanaras are revived. And he doesn't just stop over there. He makes sure that he makes sure that the Vanaras are always happy. The Vanaras are always happy. So now the Vanaras wake up as if they were just sleeping for a long time. Their wounds are completely healed. And then they own their rebirth to Lord Rama. So then they circumambulate him in deep reverence. All the Devatas praise this Rama. And then they say, please return to Ayodhya, because they now know this is what Lord Shiva has said. So they say, please return to Ayodhya. Console the hearts of all your great devotees. And Rama and Lakshmana, they are blazing with splendor. The Vanaras are shouting, Siyavara Ramachandra ki Jai, Siyavara Ramachandra ki Jai. They're shouting. Rama and Lakshmana are so happy because they won this great war. Next, we are going to the final 7 chapters of Yuddha Kanda, and this is the last topic of Yuddha Kanda as well. So the next day, Vibhishana touches the feet of the Lord. He touches the feet. So Ravana died on Sashti. So we know that. So on Saptami, Saptami is when, see the funeral of Ravana takes place. Then Vibhishana is coronated. Then Sita Ma comes in. All the devatas praise him and all that. The next morning, this is Ashtami. So on Ashtami, he says, Vibhishana touches the feet of the Lord and says, all of us want to offer service to you. And Rama says, Bharata must be eagerly waiting for my arrival. And he said, if I'm late by even a single day, if I'm late by one day, he promised to jump into the fire. And he is very stubborn, so I need to return to Ayodhya immediately. And this is now Ashtami, right? So so 2 more days are remaining for me to go back to 2 more days. So on Navami is Lord Rama's birthday. That is Sri Rama Navami. The next day was Dashami, that is on Pushya Nakshatra. That is when Lord Rama left on exile. So it is on that day that he needs to return. So it's now just 2 days are remaining, and I've got to go. I've got to go. Then Vibhishana says, do not worry, my dear Rama. I can take you back to, because how many years did it take him to travel from Ayodhya to Lanka? It took him like 13 years. And now he has to go back in just 2 days. So Vibhishana says, don't worry, I can take you there in a single day. I can take you there in 1 day. And then he says, Ravana defeated Kubera, and at that time he brought the beautiful Pushpak Viman. The Pushpak Viman has the ability to go anywhere it wants. And the Pushpak Viman can travel in the speed of thought, and therefore it is very quick. So I'm begging you, I want one chance to entertain I want a chance to entertain you. And Rama said, you have already honored me, my dear Vibhishana. You, by your devotion, you have helped me win this great war. You have fought against the Rakshasas, the bad Rakshasas. You have fought against them. You have already given me such great honor, my dear Vibhishana. But I really want to, I really want to go to my Bharata as quickly as possible. And I want to go and offer my humble obeisance to my 3 main mothers. So can we please do that? So Vibhishana brings out the beautiful Pushpak Viman. So now Rama says, Vibhishana, I actually want you to entertain all the Vanaras. It is because of the Vanaras that I was able to win the war. See, even at that time, Rama doesn't say it was my prowess. No. No, he doesn't give himself credit at all. In Uttarakhand, we will see who actually was responsible for winning the war. We will see that. So just be patient. We will see that. Agastya will say. So just be patient. He says, because the war was won, you obtained this kingdom. So go ahead and entertain the Vanaras. They are so energetic. and they've never turned their back on their foe. So please reward them with garments, ornaments, gems, gold. So Vibhishana obeys. Vibhishana, uh, Vibhishana listens to his beloved Lord Rama, and he obeys his he obeys him and entertains the Vanaras. Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and everyone ascends the Pushpak Viman. Lord Rama seats Sita Ma on his lap. Sita Ma is very shy. And then he says, Sugriva, Vibhishana, now you go back to your homes. Sugriva and Vibhishana say, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We are going to come with you to Ayodhya because we want to see the coronation. That coronation, even the devatas are not able to see, and we get this chance to see it. So we want to come back. And not only that, my dear Rama, we want to place our heads at the feet of Mother Kausalya, who has such a wonderful son like you. We want to see Bharata and Shatrughna, and we want to see all of them. So please take us all with you. And Rama says, not a single person will remain. Not a single person will remain. All of you come with me. Because Pushpak Viman has the ability to expand itself. It can expand. It can expand. It can contract. It has a lot of wonderful comforts and amenities and everything. And this Vimana was capable of taking more than 10 to the power of 64 Vanaras, Lord Rama, Lakshmana, the Rakshasas, all of them could go to Ayodhya. And Rama says, not a single person who has borne a lot of trouble for him will be left behind. Then Sugriva, all the Vanaras, Vibhishana, his ministers, all of them climb on Pushpak Viman. The Pushpak Viman, it springs into the air at the orders of Rama, and with the speed of thought, it starts flying. The speed of thought. So we can say that it's quite likely on the because Vibhishana would have obviously taken some time to entertain all the Vanaras. It would have obviously taken him some time to do that. And therefore, we can say that maybe on Ashtami end or Navami beginning, that's when they flew. Anyway, it's very fast anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. They can still make it to Ayodhya on time. As well as we also know that they had to go back to Bharadwaja Muni's ashram. So we will see all of those beautiful pastimes right now. The Pushpak Viman flies as if it is like a huge cloud bank that's lashed by storms. And Rama is looking down, and he's seeing all the important places. And he's pointing one at a time to Mother Sita, who's seated on his lap. Sita Ma is so full of joy that she is now finally reunited with Rama. And she is beaming like this full moon. Purna Chandrananam. She is beaming like the full moon. And she's, remember when we started off in Ayodhya Kand, You know, she used to look at flowers and creepers, and she used to say, oh, I love this flower, I love this one, it's so beautiful. And Lakshmana would run and get that flower, and she used to charm Lord Rama like this. Even now she's doing the same thing, and she's looking over there, oh, this is so wonderful, it's great. She's so full of pleasure when she sees various landmarks. And Rama is saying, this is Lanka, which is situated on Mount Rakuta. So he actually gives Ramayana in reverse. In reverse, he gives the whole Ramayana. So this is Lanka. So this is where Ravana died. This is where Indrajit died. This is where Kumbhakarna died. This is where the Prahasta and the other Rakshasas died. This is where Nala built this huge bridge. And this is where Lord Shiva graced him. So this is the only place where Rameshwaram is alluded to. It is alluded to. It's not as if this is, the name Rameshwaram does not come in Valmiki Ramayana at all, but it is alluded to over here. Rama says that he was graced by Lord Shiva over here. But he doesn't go more than that. He doesn't say that I built a linga over here or anything of that sort. Nothing like that happens in here. And then he says, this is where Vibhishana took shelter. So we know that it is around Tirupulani. Vibhishana took shelter. And this is now we are coming to Kishkinda. This is where this is the beautiful forest of Kishkinda. So now when Kishkinda is there, Sita Ma says, Rama, 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 can we stop here so that all the Vanaras can bring their wives as well, and we can take all of them with us to Ayodhya. So Rama says, Pushpak, can you please stop in Kishkinda? Let us bring all the wives of the Vanaras. Then they all run, Tara and the others, all Tara, Ruma, Sugriva's principal wives, all of them realize that, oh, okay, so we're all going to Ayodhya. So each Vanara, of course, they were polygamists, so each Vanara had multiple wives. All of those wives also came onto Pushpaka, because all of them wanted to see Sita Ma, all of them wanted to see Lord Rama's coronation, all of them wanted to see Ayodhya, all of them wanted to bow down to Kausalya, Bharata, Shatrughna, and look at all the great Ayodhya Vasis. All of them wanted to see the sacred place of Ayodhya, Ayodhya Dham, the place where Lord Rama chose to be born. The Lord chose to rule that place. He could have ruled anywhere, but he chose the sacred land of Ayodhya, the sacred land of Ayodhya as his birthplace. So that place is very special indeed. It is a very special place. And then they all climb in, and all of them bow down to Mother Sita, because their husbands, for such a long time, their husbands had fought this major war just so that they can see Rama and Sita together. That was it. That was their only objective, to see Rama and Sita together. And for that one objective, their husbands fought this valiant war. And see, nobody died. No Vanara died. Rama made sure that all of them are surviving, all of them are alive, all of them are healthy, all of them are well, and all of them have Vanaras, what do they need? They need honey, they need fruits, they need fresh water. They're always blessed with all the bounty. And this is Rama. When we do devotional service to the Lord, there is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away from us. There is nothing that he will take away He will always give us everything. That's why Rama is Apadam Apahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. The one who removes all obstacles, Apadam Apahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam, the one who gives us everything. Lokabhiramam Sri Ramam, the one who can attract all the living entities of all the universes. Lokabhiramam Sri Ramam, Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. To this Rama, I bow down again and again and again and again. Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. He gives everything. There is never no one's life has ever been ruined by worshipping the Lord. Nobody's life. We have so many scriptures and all that. There is not one place that says that there is not one example. We see so many examples of bhaktas who have been elevated because they worship the Lord. Not a single person was ruined. So doesn't that mean something? Shouldn't we go ahead and worship the Lord? There is no there is no failure at all. We will be victorious if we worship the Lord. We will always be victorious. Then Rama says, okay, so near Kishkinda is the Rishimukh Parvat. So this is where Rishimukha is there. So then he says that this is where I met Shabari. This is where we killed Kabandha. This is where Jatayu had his moksha. So that Rama wants Sita Ma to know, don't worry about Jatayu. I know that he gave his life for us. Don't worry. I have sent him to Vaikuntha Loka. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I've sent him to Vaikuntha. Jatayu, the carnivorous bird. Jatayu was a carnivorous bird. And because he gave up his life to serve Lord Rama and Mother Sita, Sita Ma had just one request. She never asked him to fight Ravana. She said, can you please tell Rama that I was kidnapped by Ravana? That was the only thing she begged Jatayu to do. Jatayu had no strength at all. He was bleeding profusely. He was coughing up blood and mucus. He was coughing up blood. But still, he was waiting for Rama to come. He couldn't move because he had no wings. He couldn't walk because he had no feet. Ravana had chopped everything. Ravana had chopped it. So he had to wait for the Lord to come to him. He couldn't go to the Lord, but the Lord came to him. The Lord came. And he performed the final service. Sita was kidnapped by Ravana. He mentioned that. And he also said, don't worry, you will get her back. You will get her back. And he says this one and he passes away. For the final thing. And therefore, Rama says, I saw Jatayu and Jatayu got the moksha over here. In just that one place where he says, this is where Jatayu received his moksha. He conveyed a whole lot of meaning, whole lot of emotions to Mother Sita. Everything. And this is Janasthana, this is Godavari, this is where we went to Agastya and Sutikshna, Sharbanga. This is where I killed Viradha. This is the ashrama of Atri Muni and Anasuya. So now we have come all the way from Lanka Kand to the end of Ayodhya Kand. We have come to Atri Muni and Anasuya. Now this is Chitrakuta. Now this is Yamuna and this is Bharadaj Muni's ashram. So because they were at a very high altitude, you can, very high altitude, you can see a lot more area, isn't it? And so from that very high altitude, they can see Sringabedpura, they can see Sarayu, and they can also see Ayodhya. It's not as if they went to Ayodhya. Because they were at that high altitude, this is just basic common sense, isn't it? When you see from, when you're at a higher distance, you can see larger area. And that's about it. And when you focus on something, it's a very tiny area that you can see. When you come very close, you can see a very small area. So because of that high altitude, Ayodhya, Sringabedpura, all of those were also visible. And from there itself, he says, everyone please bow down to Ayodhya. He calls it the holy city. Everyone please bow down to Ayodhya. And now, and the Vanaras are so happy. This is Ayodhya. This is Ayodhya. Our Rama was born over here. This is the place where the people want Rama to rule them. Because we are all fools. We want to be independent of the Lord. That's why we came to the material world. Ayodhya Vasis are such great bhaktas that they wanted to be, that they wanted Rama to rule them. This is the difference. They wanted to be under the control of Lord Rama. They wanted Rama to rule them. And therefore, they are such great bhaktas. So the place of such great bhaktas is a very holy land. The place of these bhaktas is a very holy land. So now, we might think, now that, see, we saw in Ayodhya Kand that when Rama went off to the forest, the whole of Ayodhya, everyone was very sad, everything was very dull, and all that. So how come this Ayodhya right now is very, very bright, very resplendent? How? This is because Rama did not leave Ayodhya. He has kept his representative. He has kept his padakas over there. Bharata came, took the padakas, and he went. So Rama did not leave Ayodhya at all. Rama never stopped ruling Ayodhya. Those padakas, the people of Ayodhya were under the protection of Lord Rama's padakas. And because of that, the city of Ayodhya was resplendent, it was beautiful. So this is before, all of this is before Bharata knew that Rama is going to come in right now. All of this is before Bharata knew that. So even then, the city was very bright, it was resplendent, it was very beautiful, and everything. It was very clean, and all of that. And then, after 14 years, so Bharadaj Muni was the first saint who received Lord Rama, Sita and Lakshmana in his ashram. He was the first. And now he's the last person to see them in the Vanaras attire as well. He's the last person. So don't worry, this is not the last time we are going to see Bharadaj Muni. We will see him at other times as well. So Bharadaj Muni comes to Bharadaj Muni is very happy to entertain the Lord once again. So he knows, right? So he's waiting for. Then Rama says, "Oh, sage, how is Bharata?" Does the Lord not know? Of course he knows, but he gives the opportunity for the world to see how great Bharadaj Muni is, because through his Dirghadarshi, he can see what is happening. And so he says, Rama, Bharata is eagerly awaiting your return. So please go to him as quickly as possible. So Bharadvaja says that, I was very sad when you entered the forest for your exile, but now it's wonderful. I'm so happy you have accomplished this task. You have killed Ravana and the other Rakshasas. You've made sure that the world is free of the Ravana's terror. And now you are making a triumphant return to Ayodhya. And you're surrounded with all your friends. See, the Lord wants the association of his bhaktas. He doesn't need it, but he loves it. He loves to be under the association of his bhaktas. He wants it. And therefore, when we see the Lord surrounded by Sita Ma, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, Hanuman, Sugriva, Jambavan, Nal, Neel, Sushena, so many different Vanaras, then Vibhishana and his 4 ministers, and all the good Rakshasas, to see the Lord surrounded by all of these bhaktas, the sages, so many sages, Atri Muni, Bharadwaj Muni, Agastya, all of them, Vasishta Muni, of course, Vamdeva, Jabali, Kashyapa, Maudgalya, Markandeya, all of them were there. When we see the Lord surrounded by so many rishis, so many of his bhaktas, that is when Lord Rama is happy. So now imagine how the Lord is feeling, that so many of his actual bhaktas are now suffering in the material world. How is the Lord feeling right now? Do you think that he is happy? No. He is not happy because his children are not next to him. His children are far away from him. His children are suffering in this jail. Because we were naughty children, we are suffering in this jail. We had a beautiful home in Vaikuntha, and now we are suffering in this jail. Imagine more than our suffering, because we have forgotten what it was to live in Vaikuntha Loka. We have forgotten it. But Rama doesn't forget. Take a look at Rama's position. How is he feeling? How is he thinking? Rama is thinking, my children are far away from me. My children are not here with me right now. In all of this opulence and happiness of Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha literally means there is no Kuntha. Kuntha means misery. This place is, material world is a place of misery. Krishna says, Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This is in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. 9th chapter, he says, Anityam, Asukham, Lokam. The person who created this material world is saying that this place is a place of misery. Vaikuntha, on the other hand, is a place without misery. So imagine what the Lord is thinking right now. My children were right over here in a place of no misery, and now they are suffering in this miserable material world. They are suffering over there, and I want them back. I want my children back with me. This is what he's thinking. Okay, so maybe, they've forgotten me. Let me go, take an incarnation over there. And he comes to the material world. And he does some leelas. He does some beautiful pastimes. Maybe by the attraction to those beautiful pastimes, maybe the person would think, okay, oh, this person is actually not just an ordinary one. He's actually the Supreme Lord. Let me be intelligent enough to want to take his shelter. And the Lord is waiting over there, arms wide open. He's waiting. When is my child going to come running to me? When is he going to come running to me? And we are the foolish ones who think, no, Lord, I want to be independent of you. I want to enjoy independent of you. And only when I need something am I going to talk to you. Imagine the pain that Rama is going through, because all of us are in this material world. The pain that he is going through. So, this is why we have acharyas who are thinking, you know what, you foolish person? Bhaja Govindam, Moodamate. Oh, you fool. Moodha. Oh, you fool. Pray to Govinda. Bhaja Govindam. Fools, oh you fool, don't waste your time. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Listen to who is the Supreme Brahman. Who is that Janmadi Asyataha? The one from whom everything has originated. The one who is the master of all the universes, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Who is the Lokabhiramam, Sri Ramam? Go ahead and take your shelter. So these stories are not just there. Oh, Bharadwaja was happy. Ah, okay. It's not that simple. It's not the story of Lord Rama. It's, yes, in a way, he got married, he went to the forest, Sita Ma was kidnapped, and he waged a huge war, and he came back, triumphant return. That's it. If I can say the whole of Ramayana in just 5 words, in 5 lines, why did Valmiki spend 24,000 verses describing the same story? He spent 24,000 verses describing the story of Rama. That means that there is something else more than just this basic bullet points. There's something else. And what is there? That is what we're trying to learn. That is what we're trying to learn. Forget about the suffering that we are going through in this material world. Dukkhalyam, ashashvatam, anityam, asukham lokam. The creator of this material world has described that this is the place of misery. Himalaya is a place of him. Him means snow. That is the place of Himalaya. That is Himalaya. It is a place of snow. This material world is dukkhalaya, is a place of misery. There is no happiness in here. Happiness is there when we keep Rama and Sita as the central focus of our lives. At that time, we are no longer in the material world. Even though we are dealing in the material realm, we are actually in the spiritual realm at that time. Temples are not material. Temple is a spiritual land, because we have the Archa Vigraha form. When we have the Archa Vigrahas are the incarnations of the Lord. They are not just stone or wood or metal or whatever. They are the incarnations of the Lord. So that it's easy for fools like us to do some kainkariam for the Lord. It's easier for us. So he says, okay, fine. I'm happy to reside in this structure. I'm happy to be in this marble or wood or clay or panchaloha or whatever. I'm happy to be here. Go ahead, do your service. I'm happy to accept food. I'm happy to be bathed. I'm happy to be clothed. I'm happy to be put to sleep. I'm happy to be woken up. I'm happy to be sung to. I'm happy to listen to what you have to say. Go ahead, do that. So that is not material. That is spiritual. So when we keep Rama and Sita as a central focus, we're not in this material world at all. That is the definition of happiness. So now coming back to the story, the Bharadwaj Muni says, Rama, please spend the night over here, and then tomorrow morning you can fly back. And then Rama says, okay. So that means that this night is actually the 39th appearance day of Lord Rama. It is the 39th original Sri Ramanavami. And so Rama spent, because he left on Bharata's birthday, which is the next day, Pushya Nakshatra. Rama's birthday is on the Chaitra Masa Punarvasu Nakshatra. So Rama says, okay. And the Vanaras are very happy. They're drinking fresh fruits, and they're eating fruits. They're drinking lots of honey and water, and they're smelling the flowers around Bharadwaj Muni's ashram. They're very happy. They're just waiting. Because Rama is not going to go, he has already seen Ayodhya from that high vantage point. He has already seen Ayodhya, but he doesn't say, okay, fine, well, let's go to Ayodhya right away. No. He waits. Patience. Kshamaya Prithvi Sama. The tolerance is like Prithvi. This is one of Rama's qualities. Kshamaya Prithvi Sama. And then he tells Hanuman. Hanuman is used again and again and again and again to give happiness to the bhaktas. Hanuman is used again and again. And then he says, Lord Rama tells Hanuman, my dear Hanuman, go to Ayodhya and see if my mothers are okay. And he says, you go to Guha in Sringavedpura and he will tell you what's the royal road to Bharata. You tell Bharata that I am returning with Sita, Lakshmana, and with my huge Vanara army and my Rakshasa friends. They are very powerful. And I have fulfilled my father's promise and I'm returning. And then he says, you tell Bharata exactly whatever has happened and look at the expressions on Bharata's face. Etat shrutva yamakaram bhajate bharatastatah sacha te veditavya svyat sarvam yachapi mam prati. You look at Bharata's expressions. Just the expressions. If you see that Bharata has a slightest inclination to cling to the power that he has enjoyed for the past 14 years, you come back and let me know. So, Sangatya Bharata Shriman Rajenyarthi Swayam Bhavet. If he wants to enjoy the Rajya for his own self, Prashastu Vasudham Sarvam Akhilam Raghunandana. So let him rule this entire world. Sarvam Akhilam. Let him rule. Vasudham. This Vasudha means this earth. Let him rule this entire earth. It's okay. I will go back to the forest. I will go back to the forest. Or else, if we do not detect even the slightest change in the expression of jealousy or anger as to why the Lord is coming in, do not detect it, you stay with him. So when Rama returns to Ayodhya, Hanuman was not there in the Pushpak Viman. Hanuman was not there. That was the signal. So if Bharata wanted the Lord to return, then Hanuman would stay with Bharata. If Bharata wanted to enjoy the kingdom, then Hanuman was to come back to Rama. And then Rama would just continue to stay in the forest. He would not return. Because he didn't want Bharata to, he didn't want to split the kingdom or something like that. So he was willing to spend an eternity in the forest to please one bhakta. If Bharata had even the slightest inclination to continue to rule the kingdom, then Hanuman was to come and let him know. So when if in my classes I asked this question, how did Hanuman enter Ayodhya? Hanuman flew over there. He didn't come in the Pushpak Viman. Because we will see how he speaks to Bharata. I'm not going to jump the gun here. We'll see how he speaks to Bharata. And Rama trusts the judgment of Hanuman. He trusts the judgment. This is the Lord and Hanuman's relationship. He trusts his judgment. He has already shown how intelligent he is. When he went and spoke the way he did to Sita Ma, who was on the brink of despair, he has already seen that. He has seen how valiantly Hanuman fought in the war. So he's not just intelligent; he's also very, very strong as well. He has seen how Hanuman very cleverly told Sita Ma that Rama is victorious. He has seen that as well. In Vibhishana Sharanagati, even without seeing Vibhishana, he was able to understand that Vibhishana is very clear, it's very soft-spoken, it's all good. He was able to see that. And when all the Vanaras opposed getting Vibhishana to Lord Rama's camp, Hanuman was the only person who said, no, we should bring him here. We cannot go ahead and test him. It's not possible. We cannot spy on him. We cannot do that. And Jambavan's major thing, the place and time and circumstance where Vibhishana has come is not right. Hanuman says it is right. It is right. Vibhishana should come over here. This is correct. So Hanuman has constantly proven himself worthy of Rama's trust. He's constantly proven it. And now, look at this major decision. This completely escapes people's mind, actually. No one actually knows this level of detail. Unless and until we read Ramayana, we would not know it. People know, yes, Hanuman was sent to Bharata to inform him of Lord Rama's return. Everyone knows that. But this detail, should Rama come back to Ayodhya or should he continue to stay in the forest? This detail, this decision was hinging upon Hanuman's ability to read expressions. This decision, major decision, was hinging on Hanuman. And Rama sends Hanuman to Bharata. So imagine the level of trust. See, does he not know Bharata? Of course he does. Bharata is the Supreme Lord. Like Rama, he is also the Supreme Lord. Of course, Rama knows Bharata. Of course, he knows his brother. But still, he shows us the level of confidence that he has in Hanuman's abilities. Hanuman is one of the most intelligent, if not the most intelligent of all the Vanaras. Sarva Vanara Mukheshu Buddhiman Balavan Api. This is what Valmiki has said in the 17th chapter of Balakant. The most intelligent. This major decision is hinging with Hanuman. Let's see what happens. Hanuman is disguised as a man. He reaches Ayodhya. He meets Guha, tells him that Rama is going to come the next day. So because, see, Hanuman has already decided Bharata is perfect. Hanuman has already decided. He knows it. So he has already decided that Bharata is fine. Therefore, Rama is definitely going to return. Remember that he promised Sita Ma, all of you will return to Ayodhya. You will be crowned the king and queen of Ayodhya. You will rule Ayodhya. Hanuman has already promised. He already promised. So he says, Guha, you will see Rama tomorrow. Then he leaps into the sky and he goes to Rama-tirtha. Rama-tirtha is the holy place of Lord Parashurama. That's all that is mentioned. I don't know how it is the holy place. It's is it the birthplace of Lord Parashurama, whose name is actually Rama? I don't know much, but it's just that Ram Tirth is associated with Lord Parashurama. That's all I know. Then he sees the rivers Valokini, Varuthini, and Gomati, and he finally arrives in Nandigrama. So when Rama went out of Ayodhya, he does see Gomati, but he sees Veda-shruti is one of the rivers. So it's quite obvious that Hanuman did not take the same route that Rama took to exit Ayodhya. He goes through another route, but still he reaches the same place. No, there is no tattva behind it or anything. It's just details. And then how does he see Bharata? How is Bharata? Bharata is wearing bark, deer skin. For 14 years, there was no vow that he had to fulfill like Rama. Rama wore the deer skin and the bark of robes. I'm sorry. He wore the robes of bark because Kaikeyi said that this is how Rama should. This is what Rama should wear in the forest. To fulfill that promise that his father gave his stepmother, Rama wore that and he went to the forest. Great. Bharata, why did he do it? Only because of his immense love for Rama. Nothing else. There was no promise. There was no vachan palan. There was not, it's not as if he had to fulfill a vow. Nothing. Pure love. Pure love. When Rama is wearing bark and deer skin, how can he wear royal robes? And he's just wearing the same thing. Because of me, my brother went to the forest. How am I supposed to wear royal robes? Well, my brother, my wonderful brother, is wearing deer skin and robes, bark robes in the forest. And how was he emaciated? He was not eating properly. He was so thin. And then he had matted locks. When he saw Rama in Chitrakuta, he says, my Rama who used to wear flowers and all that in Ayodhya now is wearing jatadhari. Now he's a jatadhari. He's wearing matted locks. The same way, the Bharata is also wearing matted locks. He tried again and again. Rama, you please come back to Ayodhya. I will stay in the forest. You come back to Ayodhya. But Rama did not listen because Rama had other things to fulfill as well. So this was the best thing that he can do. He himself is wearing matted locks. And he's looking at the road. Or when is Rama going to come back? He's looking at the road. For 14 years, he was looking at the road. For 14 years. Maybe today is 14th year. Now Rama is going to come back. Now Rama is going to come back. Rama is going to come back. This is how Rama is going to come over here. This is how Rama is going to come. But the reality was far better. Rama did not walk on the road. He came flying in. He left as three people. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana. He left as three, along with Sumantra. Of course, they left Ayodhya, and he returns with this huge army, huge number of friends, triumphant return. So the reality was far better than what he had ever anticipated. But we still don't know that this is what is going to happen. So let's just wait and see. And now he was brought up in the lap of luxury and he discarded all pleasures because of dharma. This dharma, what is this dharma? This is not the dharma of a younger brother to the older brother. No, this is not the dharma that a son does for his father, which is primarily what Rama did. This is what did Brahma say? Brahma says, Rama, you are paro dharmo. Sarva lokasya paro dharmo. Tvam paro dharmo. Rama, you are the biggest dharma, the highest dharma in this world, in this universes. You are the highest dharma. So Bharata is following the highest dharma. This is not a younger brother, older brother thing. It is not a subject who has to do this for his king thing. No. This is Bharata being a bhakta. When my Rama, whom I love so much, is wearing matted locks and wearing deer skin and bark robes and is in the forest, walking in the forest, how can I live in pomp and luxury? It's not possible. Krosham matre. So krosham is a measure of distance. Like yojana, krosham is 1/4 a yojana. So it's almost like 2 miles. Yojana is 8 miles. Krosham is 2 miles. Tvaya Ayodhyaya Chira Krishna Chira Krishna Jinambaram. Chira Krishna means it's a dark. Chira means he was wearing the deer skin of Krishnanjana Baram. He was wearing Krishna. It is a dark antelope. It was a dark deer skin. That's what he was wearing. Dadarsha Bhartaram Bhartaram Deenam Krisham Ashram Avasinam. Krisham. He saw Sitama also as Krisham, Deenam, Malinam. He saw, this is how he said, Krisham, Deenam, Malinam. Why? Because this is the effect of people who crave the association of Lord Rama, and through the love of separation, they worship Lord Rama. This is the case. Jatilam. Jatilam means like matted hair. So I'm not going to go through. Phalam Mulasinam. So he's just eating phalam and mulam. Just dantam tapasam dharmacharinam. He was doing the dharmacharinam. He was acting with full dharma. Now with two folded palms. See, when Hanuman met Rama and Sita, what does he do? He falls down. With Bharata, with folded palms, he addresses Bharata. Rama, the son of Dasaratha, who went to Dandakaranya and promised to return after 14 years, and whose absence you have endured for so long, sends him his blessings. Vasantam Dandakaranya. Vasantam means he went to live over there. Dandakaranya Yamtvam Chira Jatadharam, because of whom you are wearing Chira Jata and all that. Anushochasi Kakustam. So he is asking, he's inquiring after you. Anushochasi Kakustam. That means a descendant of Kakusta. Kakusta is the son of Bhagirath. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is different. But in Valmiki Ramayana, because Srimad Bhagavatam lineage is different, the appearance is different and all that. But according to Srimad Valmiki Ramayana, Kakutstha is the son of Bhagirath. Kakutstha's son is Raghu. Okay? And whose son is Pravridha or Kalmashapada and all that. So that's fine. And he says, Kushalam Abravi. He's sending his, well wishes. Kushalam. By the way, this is the actual vigraha of Bharata and Bharata and Hanuman meeting in Nandigrama. This is the actual vigraha. There is a temple over there. This is the actual vigraha of Bharata and Hanuman meeting. And you say, Priyam akhyami te deva shokam tyakshasi darunam asmin muhurte bhratra tvam ramena sahasangataha. You will see in muhurta, within a muhurta you are going to see Rama, he says. Priyam akhyani te deva shokam tyakshami darunam. Tyakshami, leave your darunam, shokam, just leave all of this. And then he says, Ravana was killed and all the Devata and all the other Rakshasas were also killed. And now Sita Mata is rescued and he has fulfilled the mission, and now Rama is returning with Sita, Lakshmana and a vast number of friends. Bharata is overjoyed and he faints. So there was no micro expression reading that was required. Bharata is such a pure bhakta. He shows, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He looks at Hanuman. He hears that Rama is returning. He doesn't care about any of the other news. Rama is returning, and he just faints. See, look at Sita Ma. When she heard that Rama was victorious, she couldn't speak. She became mute because of the extreme joy. She just became mute. Bharata, at that time it said, Bharata faints. He just faints. That extreme happiness. So the bhaktas react differently to, there are certain prescribed there are certain symptoms, for example, perspiration, and then laughing and crying uncontrollably, or doing something like that. So all of these things are also signs of great great bhakti. I think there are 8 or something like that. And Sita Ma became mute. She couldn't speak. And Bharata just fainted. The joy the joy of the news of listening to the fact that Rama is going to come is so much that he couldn't stand it. So tato muhurta dhyutya pratyashas vasya cha ragavah hanumantam uvachedam bharata priyavadinam. Oh, within one muhurta, Rama is going to come. Rama is going to, and then he embraces Hanuman, and Bharata is shedding tears. Ashoka Jay, Preetimay He, Kapim Alingya Sambhramat. See, when Hanuman can receive a hug from Rama, why wouldn't he receive that hug from Bharata? For Hanuman, Rama gave him this news of, because Rama received the news of Sita Ma from Hanuman, he gave himself to Hanuman, and he hugged him. Now, Hanuman brings the news of Rama and Sita to Bharata. Bharata gives himself to Hanuman. Oh my God, the glories of Hanuman, can anyone count them? Can anyone even count the glories of Hanuman? Lakshmana became light for Hanuman. Ravana could not, who could lift Kailasa with Lord Shiva, Meru, Mandara mountains, he couldn't move Lakshmana by even by an inch. But Hanuman, because of his bhakti and because of the suhritvena bhaktyam, he just lifted Lakshmana, and Lakshmana became light. He easily lifted Lakshmana. How many times has Rama and Lakshmana climbed on Hanuman's back? How many times have they done that? The glories of Hanuman is not possible for us to count them. It's not as simple as, oh, Hanuman got a hug. No, the meaning behind that hug is very necessary for us to understand. Kapim alingya. Alingya is a synonym of parisvajya. That's what in the first chapter of Yuddha Kanda, where Rama gives the hug, that is known as parisvajya. But alinganam also means the same thing as is stated over here, and that is usually referred to as the Sri Ramalinganam, pastime. Rama hugging Bharata is usually referred to as the Sri Ramalinganam pastime. Sambhramad Shishecha Bharata Shriman Vipuler Ashru Bindubihi. Bindu, it's like an ocean. it's pouring. Ashru means tears. It's almost like an ocean of tears are just pouring. It's just pouring out of his eyes. My Rama is going to come back. And then he says, Hanuman, you look like a man, because he was disguised like a man, so he looked like a man, but because of his splendor, you are more like a devata. And because of you just took pity on me, and you came here to give me these tidings. I cannot give you any I cannot give you any gift in return for this wonderful news. See, Hanuman does such great service that the lordships have nothing to give him in return, except for themselves. Lord Rama also said the same thing.
Sita Ma also said the same thing. Bharata is also saying the same thing. And then when we come to Uttara Kanda, we will see what Hanuman asks for. We will see. Just wait. We will see what Hanuman wants from the Lord. Does he want something? Yes. And we will see what he wants. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. We will see that in Uttarakhand. Let's not go ahead of ourselves now. We will see it. And then he says, Hanuman, accept these 100,000 cows, hundreds of villages, and 16 kanyas. As it's quite likely that they were just like maid servants or something like that. But it's not as if Valmiki specified that Hanuman took 100,000 cows with him and he went. No. It is out of those glad tidings, Bharata just wants to give him something. So he thinks, okay, I'm going to give you all of these things. And Hanuman says, okay. Now, Hanuman recites that. Then Bharata says, okay, Hanuman, tell me everything. I want to know everything. So Hanuman says, okay, you already know how Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana left Ayodhya. You already know how you met them in Chitrakuta. And you already know that you asked them to come to Ayodhya, but they refused. And therefore they went deeper into Dandakaranya. So why does Hanuman say whatever Bharata already knows? Why does he have to say that? This is because Hanuman is a capable speaker. Even with Mother Sita, he didn't just say, "Oh, Sita, I'm here. I am Rama's Duta. I've come over here." He doesn't say that. He says, there was once upon a time a noble king by the name of Dasaratha, who had this noble son by the name of Rama. He is Kamala Patraksha, and he goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And then he says that Rama and Sugriva became friends. Sugriva sent out countless monkeys, and I am Hanuman. I jumped over this 100 Yojana ocean, and then finally I have seen Sita. Yatha Rupam, Yatha Varnam, exactly the same way as how Rama has described. That same Sita I am seeing right now. So why does he do that? Because he has to instill the confidence in the other person that he knows what he's talking about. That the story of the Lord is not unknown to him. So he says all the things that the other person knows. So definitely it is known that Bharata met Rama in Chitrakuta. It is definitely known. So definitely that was the last time that Bharata saw Rama. So he says, this is where we met up. Then after that, you've already known all of these things. Now let me tell you what happened after you left. After you left, Rama went deeper into Dandakaranya. He killed Viradrakshas. He granted moksha to Sharbanga Muni. Then he lived in Janasthana. Then Shurpnaka arrived, and Shurpnaka arrived, and because she wanted to instigate a lot of trouble, she brought in Kara, Dushana, and Trishara, and Rama single-handedly destroyed the 14,000 Rakshasas in the Janasthana or Rakshasa outpost. Now, because of this, to retaliate, Sitama was kidnapped by the demon king Ravana. There was your father's old friend Jatayu. He fought valiantly against Ravana, but still he was not able to win the battle against Ravana. Then Rama and Lakshmana, they walked and walked and walked. Sugriva and us, we saw Sita Ma being carried away by Ravana, and Sita Ma was imprisoned in the Ashoka Vatika. Then Rama came to Jatayu's place. He granted Jatayu moksha, and then they killed this demon by the name of Kabanda. Kabanda had asked him to see Sugriva, so therefore Rama and Lakshmana came to Sugriva. They became friends. So Rama killed Vali, and then Sugriva became the king. Then Sugriva sent countless monkeys in all 4 directions. And then when I was part of the southern journey, and we saw so Jatayu's brother Sampati told us that Sita Ma is located in Lanka, and then I leaped over the entire ocean, and then I gave Lord Rama's ring to Sita Ma, and Sita Ma gave me her chudamani, and then I gave it back to Lord Rama. Then the entire Vanara army came to the ocean, and then Nala built this huge bridge that panned over this entire ocean. And then the Rakshasas were all killed by the Vanaras, by Lord Lakshmana and by Lord Rama. Then Indra revived all the monkeys, and now accompanied by every single person, Rama is now in Bharadwaj Muni's ashram. And tomorrow, on Pushya Nakshatra, this is the exact nakshatra when Rama was supposed to be crowned the king. Dasaratha says, tomorrow is Pushya Nakshatra. This is very auspicious for us to crown him. On the Pushya Nakshatra is when he went off to the forest. And now on that same Pushya Nakshatra, Rama is going to come. Now Gangam Punarasadhya Vasantam Muni Sannidho. So he's now he's now dipping himself in Ganga at the moment. So Ganga, because do you remember Sita Ma had told Mother Ganga that she is going to see her on the return journey. So now Gangam, so Tam Gangam, so now they are in Ganga. Avignam, that means without any obstacle. Pushya Yogena, on Pushya Nakshatra, Shvo Ramo Drashtum Arhasi. You will quickly, definitely see Rama on Pushyam, on Pushya Nakshatra. That is Bharata's 39th birthday. Bharata's 39th birthday. And now Bharata says, Hanuman, my heart's desire is fulfilled. Tata satyam Hanumad vacho mahan nishamya Krishto Bharata Kritanjali. Now he is praying to his brother Kritanjali. Uvacha vanim manasa praharshini chirasya purnaha khalume manoratha. After a long time, chirasya, after a long time, my mano ratha purnam, it has been completed, it has been fulfilled. So once again, Hanuman glorified Rama in front of Ravana. He glorified Rama in front of all the Rakshasas in Ashok Vatika. He glorified Rama in front of Sita Ma. He glorifies Rama in front of Bharata. Hanuman has just one business to do, to glorify Rama. That's it. He has one business. That's it. Simple. Life is very simple. To serve Rama and Sita. This is my business. That's it. There is nothing else beyond that. So when Hanuman appears, the bhaktas are filled with joy. What do they say? Chirasya purna kalume manoratha. You have given me great praharshini. You have given me great joy. Your vani, because of your words, because of your speech, you have given me great joy. What did Ravana feel? Bhayam. See, did Hanuman change? No. He spoke the same thing. So, only a bhakta is pleased when the Lord is glorified. Only a bhakta is pleased to see the bhaktas of the Lord. A Rakshasa doesn't like the bhaktas of the Lord. And then Bharata rejoices this news. So Rama is going to come tomorrow. But he's going to come tomorrow. So by the way, this is the Pushya Yogena. This is a very clear indication that Rama left in Pushya Nakshatra and he came back on Pushya Nakshatra. This is a very clear indication. Now Diwali, if you take a look at Diwali, Diwali doesn't always have to be on Pushya Nakshatra. It could be one of the 27 nakshatras. Maybe one year it's going to be Pushya Nakshatra, maybe the other year it won't be. It's not really possible to make sure that, oh, it is this. But we know that the day after Sri Ramanavami is always Pushya Nakshatra. Because Punarvasu, after Punarvasu comes Pushya Nakshatra. We know that the day after Sri Ramanavami is always Pushya Nakshatra. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't celebrate the return of the Lord on Diwali day. It just means that in Valmiki Ramayana, pastimes took place at a different time. On Diwali, go ahead, fulfill your heart's desire and welcome the Lord. Do whatever puja you want to do to make sure that Rama and Sita feel welcome inside your home. And of course, we also know that Diwali is when Mother Yashoda died, Lord Krishna, the Damodar Leela took place on Diwali day as well. So we have other understandings of Diwali. The previous day was Naraka Chaturdasi, so that's when Lord Krishna killed Narakasura or Bhaumasura. We know that as well. So we have a deeper understanding. But if on Diwali day you really do want to celebrate the return of the Lord, by all means go ahead and do so. It's just that during Valmiki Ramayana's time, he came back on the day after his birthday. So do not forget to welcome the Lord around Sri Ram Navami time as well. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, celebrate it. Anyway, in some material world, Lord Rama is there. He is conducting this pastime. In the spiritual world, he is constantly conducting his pastimes as well. So, what is the big deal? Today, today, because we are going to listen to the return of the Lord, let's go ahead, make sweets. Let's celebrate the Lord's return. Who is going to stop us? We can offer some special sweets to the Lord today, because we are reading his return. This Mahayajna that we have done for quite some time is now reaching its culmination with the coronation of the Lord, the return of the Lord, and all of that. Of course, we're not ending it here. We're going to go on to Yuddha Kanda as well. But, if you want to go ahead, make sweets, go ahead, make sweets. If you want to celebrate the Lord's birthday today, go ahead, celebrate his birthday. If you want to celebrate the day he killed Ravana today, go ahead, do that. If you want to celebrate the day he returns, go ahead and do that. The point is, you should celebrate the Lord's pastimes. Janma karma chame divyam. The one who knows that the Lord's activities and the Lord's birth, the story of the Lord's birth, the story of his pastimes, they're all divyam. What is going to happen? They will never have to come back to this material world. So this is the point. The point is that we remember the Lord's pastimes and we celebrate them. We celebrate the Lord's pastimes. I'm just giving this from the basis of Valmiki Ramayana. If you follow Padma Purana or if you follow Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see a different time, but it doesn't mean that, one is wrong or the one is right. All of them are correct. Now, Bharata rejoices at this news and he says, Shatrughna, announce to the world that Rama is going to return. Let all the temples be decorated with flowers, incense. Let everyone proceed to meet Rama. Every house should be beautified. So during when we are celebrating the Lord's return, make sure that your house is spick and span, and it is as beautiful as you can make it to be. Sprinkle the roads with cold water, because Ayodhya it's in India. It is kind of hot, right? So when you sprinkle cold water, it settles the dust, because the bhaktas don't want and Rama is a charioteer. Rama is a great chariot rider. He's a Maharatha. He's an Atirata and all that. He goes on elephants. So they don't want they don't want the dust to come and hurt the Lord. So that's why they say, sprinkle roads with cold water. During the birth of the Lord, we saw that they had decorated the entire roads with gems. They threw gems over there, and they decorated the entire road with gems and jewels. We're not that rich to throw away jewels like that. We can do whatever we can do in our limited capacity. Now, the women of the palace, ministers, brahmanas, kshatriyas, vaishyas, shudras, all of them, they came to meet Rama at Nandigrama. How does Rama know that Bharata is in Nandigrama, first of all? Because Bharata did not tell Rama that he's going to stay in Nandigrama. How does Rama know? Indication, subtle indications. Only the Supreme Lord will know what is happening in the hearts of all the other living entities. Only the Supreme Lord will know. Did Bharata mention Nandigrama to Lord Rama in Chitrakuta? No. When he returned with the Lord Rama's Padukas, he said that he doesn't want to stay in Ayodhya. He's going to go and live in Nandigrama. But still, Rama knows that he has to meet Bharata in Nandigram. How? Hints. See, Valmiki is dropping the hints. If we just think about it, an ordinary person would not know what another person is thinking. It's not possible. And therefore, these are the subtle hints. Subtle hints. Now, Bharata is eagerly waiting. Sri Rama's padukas are on his head. The huge royal white umbrella is spread up. It's there. Bharata is overjoyed. But then soon he says that I'm not able to see Rama. I'm not able to see Rama. And then he asked Hanuman, are you certain that Rama is going to come? And he even says, or is it just some Vanara fickle nature that you just said that Rama is going to come over here? Hanuman says, Bharata, I can hear the noise of the Vanaras. They are crossing Gomati river. Now they have reached the Valukini river. And now, see, the Pushpaka is visible. So, in flight, Rama has also, because we saw that Hanuman also crossed the Valukini and the Gomati rivers. Now we can see that Rama is also crossing the same way. So it's quite likely that the path of flight and the path with on the road, they are slightly different. And therefore he's coming in through the same, pretty much the same route as Hanuman. And now see, the bright Pushpaka is visible. And Bharata is happy. And Bharata is happy. And the aerial car with Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, Sugriva, Vibhishana, everything is coming to sight. All people, young, old, women, children, they're all shouting with joy. My beloved Rama is here. Tato harsha samudbhuto nisvano divam prashad stri bala yova vridhanam ayam iti kirtitah. Rama has come. Rama ayam iti kirtitah. Stri, that means women. Bala, that means young children. Yuva, that means the youth. Vridhanam, that means the old people. All of them say, Rama has returned. Rama ayam iti kirtitah. Rama ayam iti kirtitah. Now, the moon like Rama, imagine how they are feeling right now. The moon like Rama with his long, wide eyelashes shines in the car. Immediately, Bharata prostrates in front of him, and Rama takes Bharata and embraces him. Lakshmana bows down to Bharata. Okay. What is the significance of Rama speaking to Bharata first? Does anyone know? Does anyone know?
Sorry, Mataji. So the significance of speaking to Bharata before
Before the mothers and everything, before Sage Vashishta, why did he speak to Bharata first?
isn't Bharata the person looking after the country while Rama is not there?
Yeah, but there is another reason.
Okay.
There is another reason. Do you remember that when Bharata and Shatrughna returned from Bharata's grandpa's home, and Bharata was told by Kaikeyi that you have to get the kingdom and you are going to take over the kingdom and everything, and Bharata rejected them and he was lamenting, and Mother Kausalya comes running to Bharata. And she says, now, oh Bharata, now you have achieved your, and this was just a test. We had gone through this. It was a test. And she says, oh Bharata, you have achieved your purpose. You are now the king. But why was it necessary for you to send my Rama away? She says that. And Bharata talks about, I think about 80 different types of sins or so. And one of them, he says that if he had anything to do with Rama's exile, may he never see Rama return and be crowned the king of Ayodhya. One of those things. Now, Rama is proving to the entire... See, when Bharata says something, he would really do it. He really means it. He means it. And Rama is proving to the world that Bharata has nothing to do with his exile. Nothing. Bharata did not participate in that exile. So Rama had to wait for 14 years to show that Bharata's words are true. He waited because he didn't return by breaking his father's promise. He did not do that. But right now, when he can return, he returned and he first spoke to Bharata. Question. Bharata spoke this to Mother Kausalya in the palace, in the royal palace in Ayodhya, and Rama at that time was in Chitrakuta. So how does he know that this is what Bharata spoke to Kausalya? Once again, he's the Supreme Lord. These are the hints. These are the tiny little hints. Only the Supreme Lord will know what the Bhaktas have spoken. Only the Supreme Lord will know. Like this. And therefore, Bharata is the first person to whom Lord Rama speaks. We shouldn't say Vasishta, we shouldn't say Mother Kausalya. Are they all important? Oh, absolutely. But it was necessary for the Lord to show to the world that he knows that Bharata has nothing to do with his exile. Bharata did not have even the slightest inclination that he go off on the exile. Rama had to show to the world, and there you go. This is what he does. The first person he speaks to is Bharata. See, this level of detail, this level of accuracy, you won't get in any regional language, regional versions of Ramayana. Unless and until they have done an actual translation of Valmiki Ramayana, say in other languages like Hindi or Marathi or something like that, you won't get it. This level of detail you can get only in Valmiki Ramayana. Everyone says, oh, Rama returned, everyone was very happy. Then Mother Rama met all of his mothers, his brothers, and blah, blah, blah. They're all very happy. The Ayodhya Vasis were very happy. And then they all went into Ayodhya, the palaces of Ayodhya. That's all they would say. But to give this level of detail as to why he spoke to Bharata first, only in Valmiki Ramayana. Only in Valmiki Ramayana. This is why there is no need to go ahead and try and praise another regional version, because they don't have this level of detail. The beauty is in the details. Why did Rama do something like this? That is very clearly mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. Then Lakshmana bows down to Bharata. Then Bharata bows down to Sita Ma. Bharata embraces the Vanara heroes. They had all assumed human forms. Why? Because as Vanaras, we know that they are as huge as mountains. We know that. And so it's not as if the Ayodhya Vasis are scared of the Vanaras. It's just that it'll be easier if they are on the same eye level. And therefore, they assume the forms of mountains. All of them can change. All of them are capable of changing their forms. So, because they are all the descendants of Devatas and Gandharvas and Nagas and Kinnaras and Apsaras and all that. So, they are all capable of changing the forms. This is very clearly mentioned in the 17th chapter of Balakand. It's not just Hanuman who can do it. All of them can do it. And so, the Vanaras take human forms, beautiful human beings. And Bharata is busy hugging all of them. And he tells Sugriva, you are now our fifth brother. Tvam asmakam chaturnam. Out of our four brothers, why Bharata, brother, Sugriva Panchamaha? You are the fifth brother. Sahurda Jajayate Mitram Apakaro Arikshanam. So you are the fifth brother, Bharata Sugriva Panchamaha. Then he turns to Vibhishana and he says, it's because of your help that Rama, Lakshmana, and the monkeys were able to achieve the goal. Vibhishanam cha Bharata Santa Vyakyam Abravit Drishtya. Oh, we are so happy. Tvaya Sahayena Kritam Karma Sudushkaram. It was such a difficult task to win over the Rakshasas, but because of your help, Sahayena, so that is how they were able to do it. Then Shatrughna salutes Rama, Lakshmana, Sita. Then Rama comes to his mothers and pays them their humble obeisances. Then he bows down to Vasishta. Then all the Ayodhya Vasis greet Rama. And then what does Valmiki Ramayana say? Valmiki says that the way they had folded their palms, they all appeared like lotus buds. So when we fold our hands in front of the Lord, It's not just that we are Kritanjalis, it's almost like little flowers. This is how the Lord sees them. Oh, my children are giving me flowers. This is how the Lord sees us. Oh, my babies are giving me a flower. Why aren't we praying in front of Him? Why aren't we folding our hands? This is the question. The slightest thing that we do makes Him so happy. It makes Him so happy. The slightest, smallest, tiniest thing that we do makes Him so happy. So why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we doing it? This is what we need to ask ourselves. Valmiki Ramayana is not meant for us to feel bad about ourselves. We need to think, okay, we need to do an introspection. Am I anywhere close to where I want to be? Where I want to be is an Ayodhya Vasi. This is how the Ayodhya Vasis behaved. And am I behaving like an Ayodhya Vasi? Am I behaving like a Vanara who are all great bhaktas of the Lord? Am I behaving like one of them? What am I doing? How can I improve? How can I be a better devotee? This is the question that we need to ask ourselves. Then Bharata, on his head are Sri Rama's padakas. And he says, Rama, please accept the kingdom of Ayodhya. Abraviche tada Rama Bharataha sakritanjalihi etache rakshitam rajan rajyam niryayatam maya. You had given me this kingdom to take care of, and now to rakshitam, I was protecting your kingdom. Now you take back your kingdom. And now he says, due to your grace, Bhavan Kosham, Kosha means treasury, Koshta Garam, that means the granary, then Puram Balam, that means the strength of the army, Bhavatas Tejasa Sarvam Kritam Dasha Gunam Maya. I have been able to multiply everything by 10 times. So, think about it. Ayodhya's treasury was great. As it is, the granary was great. As it is, everything was great. So, how did Bharata manage to multiply everything by 10 times? Dasha Gunam. Gunam means quality. It's a number of times. Guna usually means quality, but over here, Dasha Gunam means 10 times that. How? This is the power of following Rama's sandals. In the 115th chapter of Ayodhya Kanda, Valmiki very clearly says, Bharata offered everything to the sandals. And when we offer everything to the Lord will automatically give us way more than what we need. Way more than what we need. He will give us. We don't have to beg Him, oh, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. You know, all of these are the things that I want to accomplish today. You help me with this. No, this is not the mood of a bhakta. The bhakta will say, Rama, how are you feeling? I got something, but it doesn't belong to me. All of these things belong to you. How do you like these offerings? Do you like them? Are you comfortable? Are you eating well? Are you bathed? Was the temperature of the water okay? Are you fine? This is what a bhakta is. We shouldn't be pious people. We should come to the level of bhaktas. We should come to the level of bhaktas. Bhaktas are concerned about the Lord. Pious people are concerned about themselves and they want something from the Lord. Sinners don't care about the Lord at all. So where do we want to be? We want to be in the realm of bhaktas. Because the Lord will give more and more and more to people with unalloyed devotion. Then all the Vanaras and Vibhishana and Vanaras and Vibhishana, everybody's shedding tears of joy because they are seeing how much Rama and Bharata love each other. So far they have seen the love of Rama and Lakshmana. Now they are seeing the love of Rama and Bharata. Then they all ascend the Pushpaka and they reach the hermitage of the Bharata. Then from there, Rama says, because see, Nandigrama was one small, tiny little hermitage, and then beyond that, there was this huge space where everyone could assemble. So from that space, they go to Bharata's place, and then Rama says, Pushpaka, you go back to Kubera. And then he offers Guru. He offers Guru his seat and sits with him. Then Bharata says, Rama, please take over the kingdom of Ayodhya. You had given it to me in Chitrakuta. I am just a calf. You're the bull. Can I carry your load? I am just a crow and you're the swan. Are we the same? After 60,000 years of penances, Dasaratha got you as a son. You have all the virtues. You are the Lord and Master, and you should look after us. Everybody wants to see you be crowned as a king of the world. So please, my dear Rama, please accept the kingdom. Tavad avartate chakran yavati cha vasundhara. Just as how the just say that please be crown the king. Sarvasya swam iti avam bhartya. So Rama says, Tathastu, I will take over the kingdom, my dear Bharata, and he sits on an auspicious seat. Now, Shatrughna orders skilled barbers to remove the matted hair of Rama, Bharata, and Lakshmana. This is a very clear indication that Shatrughna himself did not wear hermit robes. He wore the royal robes, but only these three wore matted hair and everything. And so Shatrughna arranged everything. Shatrughna himself adorns Rama and Lakshmana with beautiful red garlands. The queens dress up Sita Ma, and out of love for Rama, Kausalya adorns the wives of the Vanaras. So Kausalya is the empress. She is Dasaratha's first wife. She is the empress. She doesn't think, these lowly Vanaras, you expect me to look at them or what? No. Out of love for Rama, I love my Rama. These Vanaras have served Rama. These Vanara Patnis are the wives of the people who serve my Rama. I am going to do my service to them. Dasana dasa. Servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. This is Kausalya. Why? Because you love the Lord. That's why. You love the Lord more than you love yourself. That's the reason why you would want to do something. So you should be willing to serve the other bhaktas of the Lord as well. Then Sumantra brings out the royal chariot, is shining like the sun. Rama sits on it. Sugriva and Hanuman accompany Rama. Sita and the wives of Sugriva are eager to see Ayodhya. In Ayodhya, Vasishta and the other ministers are gathering the paraphernalia for the coronation. The ministers are asking Vasishta, please pray for Rama's well-being. And then they leave the city. They meet Rama, who is shining with all his splendor in the celestial car. Bharata and Sumantra are holding the reins. Shatrughna is holding the umbrella. Lakshmana is waving the chamra, and he is also fanning him. Very important. For 14 years, Lakshmana did all of the service. Go to the forest, chop firewood, bring fruits, bring roots, bring water, massage his feet, do everything. Right now, he's saying that Rama has so many people to serve him. But Lakshmana, oh my God, I want to do some more. So with one hand, he's holding the chamra. With the other hand, he has a peacock feather fan. And he's doing both. Remember this. Lakshmana doesn't do just one thing. Even the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharyas have elaborated this one statement to very great effect. That's why I'm saying, remember that the Kainkariam that Lakshmana did in the forest, he knew that he couldn't, he was the only person to do it. And right now in Ayodhya, there are so many servants who get to do all of that. So many people, everyone wants a glimpse of Rama. Everyone wants to do something for Rama. And then what does he do? He has two hands. With one hand, he holds the chamra. The other one, he fans him. He has two hands. He is going to use both of those hands. Vibhishana holds the other chamra. The skies are filled with celestial music. Then Sugriva is riding Shatrunjaya. Shatrunjaya is Rama's favorite elephant. Vanaras, they've all assumed forms of men. We know that already, and they are riding 9,000 elephants. So how can 10 to the power of 67 Vanaras ride on elephants? So quite likely that either the elephants are really very huge at that time, or the fact that only the prominent Vanaras, they sat on elephants, the others walked or something like that. Ministers chant blessings, sweet music, cows, turmeric rice, all of them, all of them, with all of that, Rama goes into Ayodhya. And then on the way, he talks about the greatness of Hanuman. He talks about how he became friends with Sugriva. He talks about the might of the Rakshasas and all the help that Vibhishana and his ministers gave him. And the people listen. So now Rama is reciting the epic from the perspective of his devotees. Okay. So the narration of how the devotees serve him also gives the Lord a lot of pleasure. It's not just that we should just continue to just say, oh, Rama is great, Rama is great. Yes, Rama is great. But what does the Lord like to see? The Lord likes to see how his bhaktas served him. He likes to hear that. So the Lord himself praises the bhaktas. The devotees love talking about the Lord loves talking about his devotees. This is the bond. After this, Rama enters the home of Ayodhya. He pays obeisances to his mothers and says, Bharata, you asked Sugriva to stay in my royal palace with this Ashok Vatika. See, the Ashok Vatika in Ravana's garden, there was a reason why Sita Ma stayed over there, because it reminded her, the Ashoka Vatika itself reminded her of her Ashok Vatika in Rama's palace. Then the flowers, as we've already seen Sundarakand, because of the proximity of the lotus pond, he knows that Sita Ma would be over there, because the lotuses will remind Sita Ma of Lord Rama. So that's why Sita Ma is. So that's why we know for certain that Sita Ma would be over there. So this is one thing. See how things are connected with each other in Valmiki Ramayana. Then Shatrugna says, Sugriva, can you please send your able messengers to gather water from the holy rivers? So Sugriva says, Vanaras, go bring the waters and come before sunrise. So that means that the next day is when Rama is going to be crowned the king. So Rama came in the day after his birthday, and he's going to be crowned the king the day after. Okay. But was it Pushya Nakshatra? We don't really know, because nakshatras are lunar, and of course the days are based on sunrise and sunset. So the nakshatras can start at the middle of the day and continue on till the middle of the next day. It is possible as well. But in Bhadrachalam, to be very honest, they celebrate Sita Rama Kalyanam on the day of the Lord's birthday, on Sri Ramanavami, and on Pusha Nakshatra, the next day, they do the coronation. Because that's what Dasaratha wanted to see. In Bhadrachalam Sita Rama temple, this is what they do. So even though the day itself is not Dashami, it is Ekadashi. The day of the Lord's coronation is Ekadashi, but the nakshatra could have still been Pushya nakshatra, but Valmiki does not give any indication as to the nakshatra, so there is no possibility of us knowing that as well. So Vanaras fly with the speed of Garuda. Jambavan, Hanuman, Vegadashi, and Rishabha and others fetch waters from 500 rivers. Sushena goes to the eastern ocean, Rishabha goes to the southern ocean, Gavai goes to the western, and Nala goes to the northern ocean. And they all come in and they all inform. Shatrughna tells Vasishta, everything is ready. Then Vasishta, the priest of the Ikshivakus, installs Rama and Sita on the throne bedecked with gems. Tatasa prayato vriddho, Vasishto brahmana isaha. So along with all the other brahmanas, so it's not just Vasishta, he and 7 priests. Raman Ratnamayo Pithe. Pithe means throne. Ratnamayo means it's full of gems. Saha Sitam. So along with Sitama. So it's not that only Rama sat on the throne and Sita was just standing somewhere in the corner. No. Rama and Sita together were there on the Ratnamayo Pithe. So Vasishta and 7 other priests bathe him in pure, fragrant waters. They are chanting the Vedas. Sacrificial priests, brahmanas, kanyas, officials, kshatriyas, vaishyas, they all sprinkle him with holy water mixed with celestial herbs. Ritvig bhir brahmanehi purvan kanyabhir mantra bhishtata yodhaish chaiva bhir shinchaste samprakrishta sanai gamehi. Sarvaushadhir rasais chapi. So rasa is the juice. Daivatay nibhasati stitaihi chaturhir lokapalas chai. So the 4 lokapalas. Sarvair devascha sangataihi. So all of them, the lokpalas were also there. The dikpalas were there. And we're going to see that. Celebration of the coronation. The sky was, look over here, beautiful painting. Sky was filled with devatas, guardian deities of the 4 quarters. That means Indra, Varuna, Kubera, and Yama. All of them were there. Yama is not inauspicious. Yama is one of the Mahajans. Yama is a great bhakta of the Lord. I'm not saying that we should go and worship Yama, but we shouldn't ostracize him. He is one of the 4 Dikpalas and he is a great bhakta of the Lord. He is a Mahajan. So we should give him that due respect. Shatrughna holds the white umbrella. Sugriva is waving the chamara. Vayu is presenting Rama with garlands made out of golden lotuses and strings of pearls with dazzling beauty. Devas and Gandharvas are singing. Apsaras are dancing. Trees are full of fruits and flowers. And Rama gives Brahmanas 100,000 cows and calves. So each Brahmana gets 100,000 cows. It's not that there were 100,000 cows and they had to be divided in amongst so many different guests. 30 crores of gold coins. Every single person gets it. Horses, 30,000 gold coins and all kinds of ornaments and clothes. Then he gives Sugriva 1 golden garland. And Angada, he gives an Angada. Angada literally means an armlet. And he gives Angada one Angada. Now, Hanuman receives a gift. I know everyone is waiting for this. It might surprise you, but let's go on. See, Rama gives Sita Ma one gift, that the garland of pearls, whatever Vayu had given over here, he gives that garland of pearls to Sita Ma. And that garland is shining like the rays of the moon. And Sita Ma wants to give it to Hanuman. She wants to give it to Hanuman. Rama knows her mind. And he says, Sita, give this necklace to the person with whom you are pleased and who possesses 9 different qualities: radiance, determination, dexterity, competence, modesty, prudence, manliness, prowess, and intelligence beyond compare. Ingitagna samprekshya babhase janakatmajam. Knowing what she was thinking, babhase janakatmajam, he spoke these words to the beloved daughter of King Janaka. Pradehi subhage haran yasya tushtasi bhamyuni. Yasya tushtasi, with whom you are pleased. And who has teja, that means radiance, dhritir, that means determination, yasho, that means fame, dakshyam, dexterity, samarthyam, competence, vinayo, modesty, naya, prudence, paurusham, manliness, vikramo, intelligence, capacity, prowess, buddhir means intelligence. The person who has all of these qualities, to that person you give this necklace. Sita gives it to Hanuman, who shines like the mountain top girdled by white moonlit clouds. Dadausa Vayu Putraya, by giving it to the son of Vayu, the Haram Asitakshana. The Sita Ma is known as Asitakshana because she has very dark eyes. And by giving this haram, Hanuman stena harena shushubhe vanara rishabha chandram shucha yagaurena shveta bhrena yatachalaha. So yatha achala is the one that does not move. That is a mountain. Shveta Bhrena, so it's like white clouds. Chandram Shuchaya Gaurena, so it's the clouds are white because of the moon. So just as how a mountain has moonlit clouds, like that, Hanuman is the mountain, and the moonlit clouds are this pearl necklace. There is a regional version of the epic that states that as soon as he received the necklace, Hanuman tears it apart to see if Rama is in that necklace. Then one of the bhaktas, I have heard both Lakshmana or Vibhishana or Sugriva, I've heard one of all of these mocks him. Oh, you're so great. You're searching for Rama. As if Rama is there in your heart. Then Hanuman tears his heart to prove that Rama and Sita are there in his heart. Valmiki and no bona fide scripture ever says this. No Purana has mentioned this. And one of the things that we need to remember is that the Lord doesn't exist only in Hanuman's heart. The Lord exists in your heart. He exists in my heart. He exists in the heart of a tree. He exists in the heart of a microbe as well. As Paramatma, he's there. Sarvesha chaham hridhi sannivishto. He doesn't say Hanumas chaham hridhi sannivishto. Krishna doesn't say that. Lord Rama and Sita exist in everybody's hearts. Every single person's hearts, he exists. So therefore, Hanuman need not show that Rama and Sita are over there. And most importantly, Lakshmana or Vibhishana or Sugriva, these are all great bhaktas. They would never do the grave sin of Vaishnava Parad. They would never do it. Lord Rama will never enact a pastime wherein one devotee is praised at the expense of another. Can Hanuman do this? Of course. But what were the circumstances under which he would have had to do it? Would someone have insulted Hanuman? No. First of all, Hanuman is a great bhakta. So just by thinking about that itself, people would not insult him. And on top of that, they know that how much Rama values Hanuman. So on top of that, they wouldn't insult him. And why would Hanuman tear something that Sita Ma has touched? Why would Hanuman do that? Rama has touched it. Sita Ma has touched it. Sita Ma lovingly, caringly has given that to Hanuman. Why would Hanuman tear it up? So that entire, oh my God, I've seen so many pictures of Hanuman just tearing his chest and showing Rama and Sita over there. It's just, it's so sad. I feel so sad to see it. I feel so sad because the implication of that is that someone conducted Vaishnava Aparadh. The implication is that someone conducted Vaishnava Aparadh. Why would people say that this pastime is great? I'll tell you the actual regional version. The regional version was written by this Kritiva's Oja, the Bengali version. But over there, he doesn't say that Rama and Lakshmana, Rama and Sita were there in the heart. He actually says that, he could see that every bone or something of Hanuman was chanting the name of Rama. And I think Kritivas had mentioned, I think Lakshmana was the one who criticizes Hanuman. Why would anyone think that? And then slowly, over 500 years, the story morphed and morphed and morphed and morphed, and it became either Lakshmana or Vibhishana or Sugriva or some Vanara, someone else, just questioning Hanuman this way. Haven't we heard how intelligent Hanuman is? Do you think that he's a nitwit? He's not a nitwit. Why would he behave like this? Why would someone else behave in a very bad way with Hanuman? Hanuman of all people. So, this story is not at all true. Please do not believe it. It is not mentioned in any bona fide scripture. It is not mentioned in Puranas. It is not mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. After the coronation, Rama continues to give lots of gifts to Mainda, Dvivida, Nila, Nala, and others. Then Sugriva, Vibhishana, Hanuman, Jambavan also receive gifts and they return to Kishkinda. So by the way, we are going to see this in greater detail in Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhanda starts from this portion. Just after the coronation, Rama wants to hear the story of Lord of the Rakshasas. So that's where we will come. And the second topic of Uttarakhanda is the various gifts that Lord Rama gives. So Uttarakhanda starts from here. We don't get to see Hanuman's gift in Uttarakhanda again. So starting from here, and then they return. So not just the Vanaras. Incidentally, Bharata had an idea that this huge war is there, and he had collected about 300 kings. And all of them they were all prepared with the huge battalion and everything. And if Rama were to give the order, they were ready to march to Lanka and kill Rakshasas. But Rama did not want them to do this service. So Rama did not give this order via the Padakas. Bharata did not do that as well. So we will see that in Uttarakhand. And we see that all the Vanaras return. So it is before Hanuman returns that he asks for a gift. He says, I want a boon. And he asks something. I'm not going to reveal what it is right now. Because when we actually read it in Uttarakhanda, it's hard to keep a tear in one's eye. Eyes will just pour out. It's like that. The glorious rule of the Lord. When Rama rules the earth, he cherished the subjects as if they were his children. As if they were his children. Then he offers the position of the heir apparent to Lakshmana. He refuses again and again and again, offers it to Bharata, and he accepts. And then Rama performs countless sacrifices. He rules for 11,000 years. So now we might question, why did Lakshmana refuse to do one service to Lord Rama? Because Lakshmana did not want anyone to think that he performed all of these services to Rama just so that he can become the king after Rama decides to return to Ayodhya. But Bharata accepts it because Rama has wanted me to do something. I'm happy to comply. And that's it. So every bhakta has a different mood. Every bhakta has a different way of serving the Lord. And Rama is happy. As long as you want to serve him, he's fine. As long as you think about him, also he's fine. Even if you're cursing him, also he is fine. As long as you're talking about him. But we shouldn't curse him, because if we do that, the other Vaishnavas are going to be really angry with us. So we shouldn't do that. So when he rules, everything is perfect. Women never become widows. Parents don't outlive their children. There is no danger from wild animals or disease or famine or hunger, flood, nothing, no drought. Everyone is wedded to dharma. And people are always chanting the name of Rama. Ramo, Ramo, Rama, iti prajanam bhavan katha. Rama bhutam. Jagabdhrume rajyam prasasati. Ramo, Ramo, Rama, iti prajanam bhavan katha. The people had only Rama in their brain, Rama in their heart, Rama in their soul. That's it. Rama, 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 Rama. That's it. They never spoke about anything else. So when Vedas say one thing, that is final. Vedas say the same thing twice. Oh, it's utmost importance. Say it thing thrice. Oh my God, there is nothing beyond that. So it's mentioned Ramo, Ramo, Rama, iti prajanam bhavan katha. They didn't speak a single topic other than Rama. Single topic. Every day, every second of every day. They didn't speak a single topic. Not, oh, how are you doing? Oh, how is your work? Which school do your children go to? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, did you see Rama? Look at how beautifully he walked today. Oh, did you see Rama? He was driving the chariot the other day. Oh, Rama, he's a great elephant rider. Oh, Rama, look at his qualities. Oh, Rama, did you see how, have you heard the story of how he killed Kumbhakarna? Oh, have you heard the story of how he fought against Ravana? Oh, have you heard the story of how Indra and the Brahma praised him? Oh, have you heard this story? That was the only topic of conversation. Ramo, Ramo, Ramo. That's it. How many people can say that we talk only about Rama? No one. But this is where we have got to be. This is the standard. Ramo, Ramo, Rama, iti prajanam bhavan katha. The Varnas are all free from any avarice. Even Shudras, who are the laborers and who are especially greedy, they are also very happy. No, we have everything. So now we are going to go into Phala-sruti. This is the last bit. The Phala-sruti is this. We can get long life, fame, victory. People who want children will get children. People who want wealth will get wealth. And by the way, I've known many couples who did not have children at all. And they listened to one complete Valmiki Ramayana lecture. And they were blessed with beautiful bhaktas. They were blessed with beautiful bhaktas. This is true. Valmiki, whatever he has said is true. Every sin is cleansed. We will see the power of a single verse of Valmiki Ramayana in the end of Uttarakhand. So just hold on. Women who listen with bhakti have children, grandchildren. Rama will readily gratify all requests. Devatas are delighted. So when the Devatas are delighted, they will automatically give whatever they are in charge of. So the rains will flow from Indra, the winds will flow from Vayu, the moon will help us with vegetation, Surya will shine when he has to. So all of these things will happen. So all the Devatas are pleased means all of their blessings will be there. But they are pleased because Rama is pleased. And that's how it goes. So we don't have to separately worship the Surya, or separately worship Rahu, or separately worship Ketu or Indra or Varuna, Chandra or anybody. We don't have to do it. Worship Rama. How? Just read Ramayana. That's it. That's enough. Just read. And not just any Ramayana. You need to read the bona fide version of Ramayana. That is the Valmiki Ramayana. Or the Puranic Ramayana. As long as you read it, Rama is happy. Women bring children and they are very happy. Royal race is blessed with unbounded wealth, numerous offspring. So all of these are just byproducts of reading Valmiki Ramayana. They are just byproducts. The true motive is there are 24,000 shlokas. And each shloka has got 2 verses or sometimes even 3 verses. And each, because it's Anushtup, mostly it's an Anushtup Chandas. So each thing has about 2 or 3, each line has around 2 parts. So imagine how many are there. So 24,000 times 4. Okay, 24,000 times 4. So like that is 96,000. Out of 96,000 parts, there is one part that says, what is the goal? What is the goal of reading Valmiki Ramayana? Priyate Satatam Rama. That's it. 3 words. Rama is pleased with the person who reads or hears this whole Ramayana regularly. Satatam means regular. Priyate. Rama loves that person. 3 words. 1 phrase out of 96,000. More than 96,000 actually. Let's say, you can call it as say 100,000. One phrase. Priyate Satatam Rama. Sahi Vishnu Sanatanaha. So he is truly Lord Vishnu. Sanatanaha. I think I just made a typo over here. It's not Vishnu, it is Vishnu. Sahi Vishnu Sanatanaha. Adi Devo. He is the prime Lord. Adi Devo. Mahabahur. That means the long-armed one. Harir Narayana Prabhu. His name is Hari, his name is Vishnu, his name is Narayana. And he is the master. Prabhu means the master. Sakshad Ramo Ragushreshta. Sakshad Ramo. Sakshad means, I ask everyone to please go on mute. Sakshad Ramo Ragushreshta. Sakshad means verily, this is that. Ramo means Rama, Ragushreshta, the best of the Ragus. Sheshu Lakshmana Uchyate. And it is said that Lakshmana is Sheshnag. So this is the verse that gives the true motive of reading Valmiki Ramayana. We should read it because Rama is pleased when we read Valmiki Ramayana. And we don't read it for the benefits, the numerous benefits that we get. We read it for the only motive of pleasing the Lord. The byproducts will come, but we shouldn't think about those byproducts. We should be concentrating on the main. So, Adi Devo Mahabahur Harir Narayana Prabhu Sakshad Ramo Ragushreshta Shesho Lakshmana Uchyate. Over here it is very clearly mentioned that in Valmiki Ramayana's time, Rama was Narayana and Lakshmana was Shesha. So Bharata and Shatrughna were Shankha and Chakra. During the Bhagavatam time, they are actually the incarnations of the Chaturvyuha. So Vasudeva, Sankarshna, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So they were, it's different. So this epic narrates the events that happened in the far past, and let the glory of the Lord always increase. Let the Lord's glories always increase. This is where we conclude the Yuddha Kanda. But now, let's not be very hasty. Takeaways. There are about 44 takeaways, I think. Let's go through them quickly. We already know this, so I'm not going to explain it. Lord gives himself to his devotees. This is from the Sri Rama Alinganam. We understand that from Ravana, we shouldn't surround ourselves with just, yes, he says, whatever you're doing is perfect, but we should listen to whoever is the true well-wisher. It bears repetition. Vibhishana tried again and again. And he keeps on saying that you should return Sitama to Rama. Ravana chose not to listen to him. Jambavan says the moment that Vibhishana has come is not correct, but Hanuman says this moment was right. So the moment that we choose to take the shelter of the Lord is perfect. It's up to us. Then we saw that Sugriva was very afraid for the Lord. Oh, Lakshmana, Vibhishana can come and harm us and all that. And just to assuage the trepidation of Sugriva, Lord Rama gives a glimpse of his immense power. He says that Anguli Agrena, with the tip of his finger, he can destroy all the Pishachas, Danavas, Yakshas, and Rakshasas in the whole world. And let Vibhishana come, he cannot do me any harm. He says that. It's just a glimpse, by the way. It's just a glimpse. Then Rama protects those who seek his shelter. He also protects those who accompany those who seek his shelter. For example, the four ministers of Sugriva. Rama's love is meant for all living entities. He very clearly says that Ravana can also come and take my shelter. But it's only the intelligent ones who take the shelter of the Lord. Only the intelligent ones do that. Foolish people don't take the shelter. They are happy to find fault with the Lord. Are Rama bhi to sirf human hi to hai na? I've heard all of this. Are Rama is also just a human. So I tell them, you haven't read Valmiki Ramayana, that's why you're saying this. Lord's adherence to dharma is unbiased. He treats the spies of Ravana. He tells them, you have done your duty. It's okay. And he doesn't seek to destroy them. True bhaktas, so we saw in the building of the bridge past time, first day they built 14 yojanas, second day 20, the third day 21, fourth day 22, the fifth day 23 yojanas. So every day they increased. Bhaktas will always think, how can I increase my service to the Lord? How can I increase? Don't say, oh, yesterday I did so much of work, so today I'm not going to do so much. No. Bhaktas will say, let me do more and more and more and more. That's what they will do. Then more than 10 to the power of 67 monkeys serve the Lord. Ravana, Indrajit, they indulged in multiple cruel, deceptive, psychological warfare. Ravana threw the head of Rama and his bow in front of Sitama. Ravana said, Sita, you sit on this Pushpak Viman and take a look at how Rama and Lakshmana are on Nagpasha. Indrajit wanted to kill the illusory form of Mother Sita in front of Hanuman. So they were very deceptive. Decent people don't go out of their way to torment others. Decent people don't do that. It's only indecent, very immoral people think, if I say something, I can cause another person great pain, let me go ahead and do this. So these are sadistic people. Sadistic. So we need to remember this. Cruel, deceptive, psychological warfare. Demons, they saw every time, they saw the buzzards were flying or the horses were crying or the jackals were howling, but they think, no. And I'm going to go, and they will meet their death. And then the next Rakshasa will come and see the same thing. They couldn't even learn from someone else's mistakes. They couldn't think, oh my God, Vajradamshra and Dhumraksha and Akampana, they were all dying this way. So now I don't want to do that. Let me go ahead and take the shelter of the Lord. They don't do that. They don't learn from their own mistakes. They don't learn from others' mistakes. So how dumb are they? They're so foolish. Now, the Lord Garuda, so we will see, combined the, I've done Garuda and Hanuman's motive together because it's the same, it's a very similar motive. Garuda's love for the Lord is so great that he advises the Lord, you please take care. This is your well-being. I'm concerned about you. So similarly, we should be concerned about the Lord's well-being. It's not that the Lord has to make us fine. Irrespective of how we are, Rama, are you okay? Ask this question and look at the smile on the face of the Lord. Yes, we might have just a painting, but even that painting can smile. Trust me. Do this experiment. And you will know what I'm saying is the truth. Because how do I know I'm speaking the truth? Because Valmiki says so. Valmiki says so. What you might have is just a painting, or it is just a photograph of the deity. But it's fine. Just ask him once, Rama, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Did you eat well today? Ask him once and look at how he smiles. It is a guarantee. I give you 100% guarantee. Nobody will give you this guarantee. I'm giving you this guarantee. 100% guarantee. Look at how the Lord smiles. You will see the change. I'm giving you this guarantee. Hanuman, Janaki, Shokanashanam. He destroyed Akampana, who planted the idea of kidnapping Sitama. Lord will tolerate all offense committed against him. He won't tolerate a single offense committed against the Bhakta. And the Bhakta is the exact opposite. They will tolerate all the offenses committed against them, but they cannot tolerate a single offense committed against the Lord. We've seen that when with Hanuman and Lord Rama, Hanuman and Lakshmana, Lord Rama and Mathili, seen multiple examples. Bhaktas lift the Lord due to their friendship. Suhritvena bhaktyascha. It's not that the Lord is suddenly not the Lord for a bhakta. No. But for the sake of the bhakta, because of the deep emotion, the Lord becomes light for the bhakta to lift him. The Lord does not need anybody to help him out or to give him medicines or anything. Nothing was required. But just by remembering that he is Vishnu Rasmi or Vishnu Bhagam, Lakshmana healed himself. Rama and Lakshmana are conscious of their true natures, but they hide it to participate in great pastimes. So there are two different types of Maya. One is the Yoga Maya and the other is Mahamaya. All of us foolish people are in Mahamaya. So Mahamaya gets us away from the Lord. So we are all foolish. So we have Mahamaya. So we think, I want a nice house. I want a nice car. I want a nice thing, nice blah, 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 nice sari, nice thing. So all of these are Mahamayas. Yoga Maya is the fact that he knew, Dasaratha knew that he is Lord Vishnu. He is Narayana. He completely forgot it because he was so in love with the Lord. And the Lord allows that to happen. The Lord wants the service from Lakshmana. So he says, oh, Lakshmana, I'm hungry. So Lakshmana goes and gets food. He tells Bharadvaja, I'm fatigued. Can you please give me something? Bharadvaj Muni gives that. So the Lord also, so Yoga Maya comes for both the Lord as well as, for example, can Krishna really be afraid? No. But still, he was very afraid when Yashoda Maya ran behind him with a stick. Oh my God, my mother is going to beat me. My mother is going to beat me. He was very afraid. But is he actually afraid? Can he be frightened? He is, fear personified is afraid of him. But was he afraid when Yashoda Maya came behind him with the stick? Yes, because he wanted to be afraid, to reciprocate the love of the devotees. He wanted to be like that. So yes, he was actually afraid. He was. So, so they know, the Lord knows that he is the supreme, but he allows himself to forget it so that he can enact beautiful pastimes. Kumbhakarna and Indrajit, not on the righteous path. The deaths of the sons and brothers impacted Ravana, but not enough to turn him to the righteous path. At any time, he lost Prahasta, he could have turned. He lost Atikai, he could have turned. He lost his beloved Kumbhakarna, he could have turned. He lost Indrajit, the apple of his eye, he could have turned. But no, he chose not to. He chose not to. So how many times did Lord Rama give him the warning? See, I'm capable of destroying this. I'm capable of destroying this. I'm capable of destroying this. But still, Ravana did not turn. Rama gives multiple opportunities. He did not choose to take any. Brahmastra should be released only with the consent of the elders. Just as how Atikai was killed with Brahmastra because Vayu told Lakshmana, Lakshmana did not receive the permission from Rama to destroy Indrajit and all the Rakshasas with Brahmastra. And Rama himself used the Brahmastra against Ravana after Matali told him to do so. So Indrajit did not defeat the lordships, very common misconception. The Lord accepted to be bound by Nagpasha so that Garuda could save him. He allowed himself to be bound by Brahmastra so that the Vanaras are not tormented by Indrajit and Hanuman gets to serve him. He was affected by the spear thrown by Ravana so that Hanuman can serve him again. Indrajit, Ravana, they're all tiny jivatmas. They cannot defeat the Supreme Lord. Hanuman always brings joy in the heart of bhaktas. Lanka was burnt twice. Hanuman curses Indrajit for killing the illusory form of mother. Lord's actions are always purposeful and not whimsical. For example, he chose to put Hanuman against Indrajit in the western gate. He chose to do that. Indrajit's death was the example of the power of the holy name of the Lord, his qualities and the bond he has with his bhaktas. Because the arrow, the Aindrastra, was added with Dharmatma Satya Sandashta Ramo Dasharatha Vedi Paurusham Chakriti Dhandas Tad Enam Jahi Ramani. So this is what he said. Lord Rama does not need any help, but he allows the bhaktas to serve him. Bhaktas can use anger also in the service of the Lord. For example, Hanuman, he lifted the Himalayas because of the anger. The first time he did it because of anger. We are not great bhaktas, so we cannot show this anger. The Lord behaved as a perfect enemy as well. Mandodari cannot be considered as a good bhakta because she was envious of Sitama. Lord Rama uses the incredible speaking powers of Hanuman and his devotions multiple times in Valmiki Ramayana. We saw key points in Yuddha Kanda itself. Both Rama and Sitama give beautiful gifts to Hanuman. Rama gave himself. Sitama's words itself were too much for Hanuman. Sitama was so compassionate that she had no enmity towards the Rakshasis who tormented her. Sitama's entry into the fire was not a sign of Rama's harshness, but it was a beautiful pastime of love between the Lord and Mother. Lord Shiva is a great bhakta who is a paradukha dukhi, who considers the feelings of other bhaktas. Through Dasaratha, we know how we need to behave. So the Lord teaches us how to behave through his bhaktas. So even after death, Dasaratha's love for Lord Rama never changed. No Vanara actually died in the battle. Hanuman can read micro expressions, and therefore he's a great physiognomist. The first person that the Lord speaks to when he returns is Bharata. Padakas of the Lord are very powerful. That's why everything became 10 times in 14 years. There is no bona fide source for the tearing of the chest of Hanuman. And Lord Rama, Priyate Satatam Rama. Even if you forget everything that we learned today, remember this one line. Priyate Satatam Rama. Rama is pleased with the person who reads Valmiki Ramayana constantly. He is pleased. When Rama is pleased, everything is perfect. With this, let's get into question and answers. I'm going to stop the recording at the moment. Mangalam Kushlendraya Mahaniya Gunabde Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam. Jai Sitaram.
Jai Sitaram.